Hey wrestling fans, Chad Leistikow with Cody Goodwin of the Des Moines Register. We're advancing the NCAA Championships, always a fun time of year. And Cody, this year I don't think we're going to be covering a team champion. I think that's going to be settled between Ohio State and Penn State probably. But where do you see Iowa fitting into that jumbled race for third place?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're very much in the thick of that race. I mean, there's teams like Iowa, there's teams like Mizzou, Lehigh, Oklahoma State, Michigan, NC State's all in there. I mean, that's six guys six teams right there that could finish anywhere between third and eighth. So, I mean, I think the margin for error for Iowa, I think, is slimmer than some of those other teams. But I mean, they're definitely in that mix. They've got the potential, they've got the firepower. I think based on seeds, they'll finish fifth or sixth right now. And that's, without factoring in some of the bonus point potential with guys like Spencer Lee, with guys like Michael Kemmerer. So they've got the potential to finish as high as third. If they also wrestle like they did in East Lansing, they could finish as low as eighth. So, yeah. I mean, this could be an interesting few days in Cleveland. So, but I definitely put them in that race for third. I think they're good enough to do that if they wrestle to what I know that they probably can.
Yeah, we just got done talking to Tom Brands and some of the Hawkeye wrestlers, but right before they head off to Cleveland, got the sense talking to a lot of these young guys that they do have quite a bit of motivation, and I think there's a lot of excitement regarding Lee at 125 pounds. I think he's a guy that can win it. It's a tough weight class, though. Other guys you see from Iowa maybe making some noise, getting to the semifinals, and what they would need to do to have a big week.
Yeah, I think you look at some of the title contenders that Iowa might have, and we're talking guys who can probably get to the finals. You first look at Spencer Lee at 125 pounds. You look at Brandon Sorensen at 149 pounds. You look at potentially Sam Stoll could make a run to the semifinals at heavyweight, and Alex Marinelli got a nice draw at 165 pounds. He could sneak into the semifinals there, where he might meet Isaiah Martinez of Illinois. I think those are the four big names. Another one to keep an eye on, I think, is Michael Kemmerer at 157 pounds. The way the draw panned out, he could meet Penn State's Jason Nolf, defending national champ at 157 pounds. They could meet in the quarterfinals, which would be
that's tough.
That could be an exciting Friday morning matchup. Yeah. Not going to lie. I'm looking forward to that if it does hold true. But yeah, I mean, lots of those are just the primary guys that are seeded right now at their specific weights. There's also guys like Vince Turk and Joey Gunther and Cash Wilkie. Cash Wilkie did draw a seed, as well as Mitch Bowman at 184. Some of those guys are going to have to, maybe rustle above their placements in the brackets to score some points for Iowa that, maybe they're not banking on right now. So, it's going to be interesting. It's going to take a full team effort. Like I mentioned before, small margin for error if Iowa was third place, but they've definitely got the talent to do it. It's just a matter of actually doing it.
Northern Iowa Iowa has 9 wrestlers. Northern Iowa heads to Cleveland with 6 wrestlers. Give me maybe your overview on their prospects.
Yeah, they got 6 guys going. 5 of them are seeded. Jay Schwarm at 125, Max Thompson at 149, Josh Albert at 141, Taylor Lewan at 174, and Drew Foster at 184. The other guy is Jacob Holschlag, 197. So those are the 6 guys going. I really like this Northern Iowa team. I think at their best, they might sneak into 10th place. I think they're in kind of that third tier. You got Ohio State and Penn State, and then then you got like Iowa, Mizzou, Lehigh, Oklahoma State, all those teams battling between third and eighth, and then you've got another tier here where you got teams like maybe Cornell and Northern Iowa and a handful of other teams that are pretty good. So I think Northern Iowa and Arizona State's in that mix too. Northern Iowa, I really like this team. They got a lot of guys that are pretty good. I think they brought 6, but 4 or 5 of them could bring home hardware. I mean, that's kind of how good those 6 guys are. So it'll be interesting to see how the Panthers do. Their highest finish was 9th back in 2004, and I think this team is better than that. It'll remains to be seen where they finish in the team race, but this is a good Northern Iowa team bringing 6 guys.
All right, well, we got to get packed because we're all heading to Cleveland, including the guy holding the camera, David Scrivener. So we will see you out there with lots more updates at DesMoinesRegister.com and HawkCentral.com.